Very good afternoon and welcome to the VNV log cabin. We've gone for the rustic look this season because we believe that wood paneling is in. Ordinarily, we've had many different buses. This one's very cozy, as you can see, extremely cozy. This is where we all hang out in our evenings or in our days prepping for show. There's nothing sensational except, yes, of course, there is the television. And just to show you that we did not prep and we haven't polished all the surfaces. People avoid TV. People don't like regular TV, so we watch movies, and or we watch garbage TV shows and critique. That usually happens. That's a kind of like that's a normal thing for us. Or we watch really crappy films that everybody can comment on because we've got some hilarious commentators. We do our iPod parties where I hate to call it an iPod party, but basically this is an old. We had to at last minute we had to swap in another bus. So we got a different bus than we were actually supposed to get. So we got kind of like, there's an older AV system, so there's no Bluetooth or anything like that. So we're on cables. We actually had to go out and replace an RCA to mini like 1/8 inch jack cable today. So I felt like we had to go to Tandy or Radio Shack to get that. And so we traveled back in time to 1998 to get that cable and brought that here, and then basically people will just like plug in and just like play all the crap that they listen to, and everybody shares the music that they listen to. Everyone's got their own music taste, and it's amazing. That's how I learn about a lot of bands. Yeah, so you know, satellite and all that kind of fun stuff. We got Wi-Fi on board. People do their thing. They sit there like most bands do and operate it like it's an internet lounge. This is of course our fridge of happiness, which has got lots of healthy beer drinks, and this seems to be the most popular thing that we're drinking on tour. Everybody seems to like La Croix. Of course they pronounce it La Croix over here, but I'm European, so I'll say La Croix. Our merch boss, Jay, absolutely worships unicorns. Seems to be a common thread, and has this thing about, yeah, she has this really big thing about unicorns. This is nothing. This is nothing. Her unicorn stash, I think they're here somewhere. No, it's like tons of drawers of, yeah, as you can see, this is Claudia and Erica, I believe, and yeah, she just worships her unicorns. So if you come into a show, Jay likes unicorns. So running through this wonderful little compact space, it might feel a bit small to some people. This is quite cozy. We've had slide out buses before where we set up a bowling alley, where we skateboarded and all kinds of crazy stuff. This is where the tour manager sits. So he's inside now. He's got his production office. As you can see, we've got homely candles because it just feels like, I don't know, we've all raided a Cracker Barrel or something like that. Lovely, beautiful decorative items like a roll of gaff tape, which is very essential for, you know, unruly tour members. A selection of fine fruits and ginger. Let's go through the kitchen area. So, first thing to mention is our friend, Dr. Jane, has baked brownies for us. She's done this successfully on every single tour. This is not a request for brownies because, believe me, I've just lost 35 pounds this year and I'm staying that way. Thank you very much. But these things are insane. And now she's added rum balls, which are even more dangerous. Every bus got a selection of teas. I'm Irish, so I drink a ton of tea. Candy, and I have no idea why, but now and ever, I've actually no idea what half this crap is. Drawer vitamins, and one drawer for sliders. Cutlery, more tea, booze, a selection of the finest beverages known to mankind. Nothing absolutely special there. To be honest, wine, drunk a lot, you know, not a lot, like guys love social beers and stuff like that. Days of mad partying, but kind of gone. We're not kids anymore, but we have a ton of fun. We sit around, we just laugh and ridicule each other and what have you. Everybody gets up in the morning, you know, makes their breakfast, you know, blah, blah, blah. There's all your plates, and then my honey for me, I make a tea for myself for drinking on stage. One of our guys is taking the bagels, and he's just stocked up on a shitload of bagels. Electrolytes, obviously, really important in case you dehydrate. The fridge of absolute plenty is, yeah, what can I say? All the condiments. Selection of like stuff that we get on our rider, our meats and cheeses and all that kind of stuff, and for some reason Starbucks pop things, the cake pops. My god, getting a frog in my throat. So yes, and then the freezer full of vegetarian stuff and more brownies. Thank you very much. There you go. Beautiful. I feel like, I don't know, this should be on like a domestic channel or something like that. A selection of fine soups and Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its apparently are a very hot item for some of the people on the tour. I do not eat bread, so I do not understand. A selection of breads and Cheetos. What else? Well, having a full-size fridge is actually something we've never had on a tour bus before. Kind of happy about that. Everyone likes it to smell nice. It's a compromise, being on a bus. Everyone's got their own social habits. Some people are messy, or just they'll drink something and put it down. It's a common thing on every single tour. Drives me nuts, but people will just start drinking something and just put it down, and oblivious to the world, they just walk off. We generally keep it clean because it's for everybody to use. It's our shared space and we love it. This is obviously where all of the other stuff happens. Our loving bathroom, as again in the rustic look with beautiful, I think they're fabric walls. It's really nice. And yes, you probably by now know that bathrooms are for liquids only. Now we move into the sleeping area. Ta-da! All very orderly again, with the rustic theme of the fake wooden panel, like as if, you know, buses were made with hardwood floors. This is where everyone sleeps. It's a typical thing. Europeans do not understand this. Our buses in Europe are very, very different. Having 12 bunks in such a compressed space is a very unusual thing for us. Loads of aircon. Things I've learned on this tour: keep the temperature low because germs will not, you know, manifest themselves if the temperature is kept low. That's a theory. Won't show you what everyone's bunk looks like. This is a typical bunk. That's mine. And this is where we all get in, and it's not as claustrophobic as you might think. Love it. This is, you fall asleep, you wake up in another city. That's how it works. If there's a junk bunk in here, there's behind one of these, I'm sure there's a pile of underwear that's just bursting to get out. You wake up in the middle of the night and there's like somebody's comforter lying on the floor, there's socks all over the place and shoes and stuff like that. It's just a general thing. We've cleaned it up for you today because we're not going to show you that we're animals. Back here is where I work, and I do a lot of admin on tour. I wear a lot of hats in VNV, so I manage, I do the accounting. We have a tour manager. Taylor is absolutely incredible. So I sit back here and do my work. And yes, advertisement for Apple. And if I have to work on music, I have my wonderful headphones with me, and yeah, all the creature comforts. I mean, this rustic is not really my thing, but this is cozy. It's lovely. I can turn up the lights in here even, and ta-da! And I just sit in here and just work away, and it's lovely. This is where we kind of congregate when we deal with business, like financial stuff, and there's got to be a little private area for people to chill out. Like, you let people, if they want it, if they need their own space, as people do. You've got 11 people on a bus for an entire month. Someone's going to need time for themselves if you don't have a day off or something like that. So people come back here, they chill out. We can, again, we have another TV and like some kind of AV system, so people can play games or they can watch another movie or whatever else. Not too much of that going on this tour. A little improvised humidor for myself because I like the odd cigar, so do a bunch of us. Our vitamins, our wash bags, and all that kind of fun stuff. And yeah, our camera equipment, because we've got a guy on tour, Adam, who photographs every single show. I don't really want to show all his gear. That's his. We don't touch. That's a great thing. We're all very respectful of each other's space. A fine selection of wardrobes. You've seen all this before. If you've seen all these videos, you've seen this about 1,000 times. So that's like your typical thing. That's mine, of course. Anybody who knows me would know that that's mine. And ta-da! That's someone else's. We have a Detroit Red Wings fan on tour, so as you can see, rather avid. And yeah, tour shirts or stage clothes and stuff like that. If we've got a venue which doesn't have a backstage, and this is a very important thing about having a good bus, you want a clean bus. It's going to be your home for a month, 2 months, or whatever else. Everything has to work. Everything has to be nice. That you feel comfortable, you feel clean, because it's all about your health. People can get sick very quickly on tour. This is the dressing room when we are at a venue which doesn't have a large dressing room. When you've got 3 bands on tour and there's a small dressing room, we leave that to the other bands, the special guest bands, Holygram and The Rain Within. And they can sit inside the venue. We'll sit in here. We'll, you know, do all our stuff, put our makeup on, get changed, and whatever. I'm Ronan Harris from the band VNV Nation. As you can see, Ronan Harris. There you go. We have a new album, Noire, out at the moment, which is was top 5 in Germany, which is quite an accolade. We're really happy about that, and we're touring across the US for the next couple of weeks. One more show to do in Canada. Thanks for having a look at our bus, and if you are coming to some of the shows, remember merch person, unicorn stuff, and yeah, thanks for looking at the bus, and but you gotta go now, so you guys take care.